What's going on, people? I got an iPhone. I don't know how to change the camera over. Hi to everybody. I know I was on YouTube for a while. It's Sunday today. I'm in the shop and I'll show you guys my new project. And before I show you, I'm gonna sell my red pickup, which is everybody's seen as many views I have. This is 2011 Ford F-150 with the EcoBoost on it. I had this pickup for 2 years, I would say, something like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's 174,000, 173,000 miles, and it runs absolutely perfect as generic, just a normal. Burns a quart of oil. They all do 3.5. It's very normal for them. Lariat. And I'm upgraded it to bigger pickup. I needed a bigger pickup. And though I have a Dodge Ram 2500 with the Cummins in it, but I don't like because it's a manual. And when I pull the trailer with it, I just don't want to shift. I think I'm getting old. So here's what I bought. Surprise, right? What it is F350. Yeah, we're gonna take these badges off. And yes, everybody's favorite 6.0 turbo V8. I just did rear brakes on it because the sliders got stuck and one of the pads wore out, and I couldn't figure out why it's just squealing so bad, but one side of the pad has kind of got in. So everybody knows I work for the UPS. I don't drive anymore. So I had this pickup and I ended up buying this one, which is salvage title. It's a theft recovery. Buddy of mine bought it and I bought it off of him. So it came from IAA, which is similar to Copart, just another whatever insurance company auction. So some of you gonna say, did you lose your mind to buying a 6.0? Yeah, probably. I think one guy told me a long time ago, if you want a 6.0, make sure you mechanically inclined. So I bought this thing, and first of all, it was missing 3 rims. It had 3 rims, it was missing 1, had a spare tire, and this thing wouldn't run. So what happened is one of these O-rings on a stand tube was blown, and these engines, if you're not familiar, they a hydraulically operated fuel injection. So it calls a Huey. So I fixed that, and luckily enough, I took the valve cover on the driver's side, and that first thing I pulled out, and it was blown O-ring. So I put that new O-ring, and then the thing runs really good. It ran before, but you have to start an ether, and then the pump kind of overcomes the oil leak. And I ended up buying these rims, and I replaced 2 leaf springs on it. See, still has stickers on it. So I drove this thing already for a little bit. Runs fine. The only thing, it wanders all over the place. So I thought it was the tie rod ends, and I already put 2 new tie rod ends, and then I put a new drag link, and it still wanders. So I just did the brakes and still have time. I gotta take this airbox off, and getting up there in the gearbox to adjust the steering column. I think it has a little too much play than I want it to be. So here's the story, why I bought it. Like I said, I wanted a bigger pickup, and I wanted a 6.7 Ford. I will argue to anybody, to the bloody nose, Fords actually do make a lot better pickup than anybody else, in my opinion. But they do make shitty engines. So since 2011 and up, actually 6.7, it comes out to be pretty decent engine. So I was looking at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. It's crazy how much money they bring. So I told myself I'm not willing to spend $40,000 with a 150,000 mile pickup. The same thing, Larry, they would be 11 or 12 or 35,000. They just bring stupid money. And a while back ago, I actually had a 2005 Ford F250, which this is 350, and it had 70 or 67,000 miles. I bought it wrecked. It was smashed really bad. I fixed it up. I had a salvage tire on it too. And I don't know, a lot of people said 6.0, it's kind of shitty engine. I had no problems with it. I think I replaced 1 injector, and I had a blown transmission. I know it sounds funny, but the reason transmission got blown up because when I bought it and I drove it to the body shop to get it painted, buddy of mine's supposed to paint it because it needs to be painted a lot. I blew a cooler, training cooler inside the radiator. So the coolant got in the training, and the training fluid got in the coolant system. And since you did that, that transmission usually will not last that long because your clutch is getting burned up. So that's the only problems I have. Otherwise, I never had a huge issue. And then I got a friend of mine, he works at the Ford garage, and he actually is like, I like those 6.0. They're not a bad engine if you know how well they need to be maintained. Yes, it's not the one of the engines where you're gonna make tremendous amount of power, but some of you guys are gonna laugh about it. I consider them being somewhat reliable. I mean, anything can break down. Cummins had their own issue, Duramax has their own issue. Ford has their own issue. Even 6.7, they have their own issue. I think they have a problem with the fuel injection, and they have a problem with the DPF and all that other stuff. So the plan is to actually fix a box. I cannot find the box. We gotta cut the chunk off a bad box and section this in, and then we're gonna paint the box side, door, fender. So basically I'm gonna paint all the way around besides the roof, and I probably repaint the cap corners, so we'll move the box backwards and repaint this cap corners. We'll roll the edge right after here. And Amazon does sell, actually, I look at the review, seat covers, so I will rewrap the seat because that one is fine. I want to kind of keep it original. I like this wood grain, old style. So it still needs to be cleaned up, but like I said, I drove it back and forth to work, and actually runs really good, and we will take those steps off. I want to so makes a higher look, and obviously we got to repaint this, see it fade out. I'm gonna buy 2 new headlights eventually and a new grill because grill has a peeling going on it. So far 2 new leaf springs, rims, tires, 2 new batteries, oil filter, and a starter. So when it would start only on ether, I cranked so long, actually broke the ears off the starter, and the starter actually just fall off, and I'm like, okay, that's enough cranking, we got to figure out what's wrong with it. I can tell you, since I'm the one who starts spending money on parts instead of customer when they bring them semi, it's crazy how much parts went up. Like, it's just absolutely insane. So 2 batteries, oil filter, and 5 gallons of oil, and a starter, I paid $898, which is $900. That is insane. So this is my new project. Comment below if you had 6.0, you have a 6.0, and see what are your opinion regarding. I don't know. I'm happy, but I'm that type of person. If I have a lot of work, I'm the happiest, and some other people, if they have too much work, they're not happy. So I'm the other way around. So I got one more project because they're right back here. In my previous video, I had a Volkswagen CC sitting here, which is now is outside, and actually it's done, and I've been driving back and forth to work. So, but this is my new piece of equipment. Ford, hell yeah.